Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then my name is Jessyka Banks. I'm really excited today because we are talking about entering your rich girl era. Y'all, it's time. The days of living in scarcity and frugalness, that's out the window, and we are stepping into our rich girl era. I am so excited to be talking about this today, guys, because tomorrow is my birthday, or probably when you guys are seeing this video, it is my birthday. And I was thinking, I was like, wow, I'm like really stepping into my grown woman era, my rich girl era, okay? I'm really doing the things, you know, and I just want to give you guys a few tips and tricks on how to also step into your rich girl or your rich woman era. Now, I've come from a typical middle class family. You know, we lived in the suburbs, but we were definitely middle class, and it was obvious that we didn't make as much money as some of the people that I went to school with. But I was pretty much average. Most people fall into this average, right? Average middle class. It's a reason that it is the largest class of the whole ranking, right? And that's because we kind of all have been taught that money is made in the same way, right? You go to school, you make the best grades, you get a career, and you save, right? That was super important. And then you retire. And that's how you kind of stayed afloat. And early on, I pretty much knew that staying afloat was not really what I wanted to do in my life. I wanted to do so much more than just staying afloat. And let me tell you right now, guys, rich people do not get rich in that way. Matter of fact, some even speculate that it's impossible to get rich slowly. And if you do go the route of, you know, working all these long hours and toiling away and then eventually retiring at 65 and 70, they said that these people are still, even if they do get $1 million in that way, they still are budgeting, living frugally, paying with things with coupons, and going to dinner at 4 o'clock so they can get the senior discount, right? That's still not living in a state of abundance and in wealth, the state that we are trying to live in, right? When we talk about rich girl era, we're trying to get to that place. And to be honest, I never understood why people always said, you know, money doesn't buy happiness. Personally, I disagree with that. I think money does buy happiness, but not just because of having the dollar amount or the figure or that symbol. That's simply just a symbol, right? But what money can do for you is the time freedom. Money buys you time freedom. It buys you leisure. So we really have to change our mindset around money. You know, guys, there's even been studies that have proven that more people are happy when they have control of their time. And what is the number one way to have control of your time? It's simply to make more money to buy you time freedom, right? When you have enough money, you're not worried about trading time for money all the time, and you have to hustle and bustle and be in the grind and the rat race. Money definitely does buy happiness. Well, at least what money can do for you. Now, stepping into your rich girl era, I told you guys, we can't even get into the practical tips until we talk about some of these mindset shifts. And I know some people, when they hear mindset shifts, they're like, okay, I just want to know the actionable steps and what to do. And I get it. I am also like uberly productive too, but none of those things are going to be worth it if you don't shift your mindset. The very first thing, guys, is to think about the 99% versus the 1%, right? There's a reason 99 is such a vast majority, and a reason why we have what we call the 1%ers. So the 99% is pretty much the average person, the person that's every day living in this scarcity mindset, in the 9-to-5 grind, which is nothing wrong with the 9-to-5 if that's the type of life you want. But let me tell you guys, most rich people don't have 9-to-5 jobs, okay? Just putting that out there. But anyway, so the 99 is the one that was raised to think that money is the root of all evil, and it's scarce, and you have to hustle and slime and scrape and scratch your way to the top in order to get just your little piece of the pie, right? And that's why they're the 99%. The 1%ers, however, they think a little bit differently. They understand that money is in fact abundant and that money flows to them freely. And when you have that type of mindset, it opens you up so much more to the different opportunities and different ways to make money. See, a lot of those 99%ers, guys, they don't even see any of these other opportunities to make money, right? They think the only way to make money is to have this 9-to-5 hustle and grind. But those 1%ers, right? They're the ones that are breaking into these industries and being disruptors and innovators because they are able to see that there's other ways to make income, specifically passive income. Then you need to change your surroundings. And by that, I mean switch up your friend circle. They say that you are an average of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. If you're hanging out with people that are broke, that are living in a scarce mindset, that are living paycheck to paycheck, that don't see any way out of this grind, that are riddled with debt, that are miserable, then guess what you are? You are inheriting all of those things with them. Instead, surround yourself with million and billionaires. Surround yourself with people that have that growth mindset and people who want to be entrepreneurs or want to break out of the rat race of the mundane and the mediocrity. Imagine living in a world where every time you woke up, one of your closest friends is becoming a millionaire or a billionaire. One of your closest, most favorite people has just broke through that barrier or reach that goal. You would love waking up in the morning, right? And then guess what? They also are surrounding themselves with people like that. So every day they wake up, you're reaching your goal. And it's just like a domino effect. So you need to change your surroundings. And if you're like, well, I don't know where to find these people, like where do you find these rich entrepreneurs that are living this dream life that I aspire to have? You literally have to go out and seek and find these people. Maybe you decide to go buy your groceries in the upscale neighborhood, or you go to Whole Foods instead of Walmart, right? No shade, no tea to Walmart, okay? Love a good Walmart trip, especially late night. But maybe you buy your produce at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's just to see what that feels like and see how the people that are in those spaces, how they move, how they act, how they dress, right? So definitely change your surroundings. This directly flows into my next point, and that is the law of exposure. This basically means the mind cannot unsee what it has already seen. So you need to expose your mind to the things that you want. That's why we say, like, go and test drive that dream car, whether that is a McLaren or a Lamborghini or that G-Wagon, right? Sit in it and feel what it feels like to drive that car. What does it smell like? How do people react when they see you pull up in that car? Like, you need to be exposed to those things. When you are exposed to those things, the more you are exposed to those things, the more your mind, more specifically your subconscious mind, starts to think of those things to be normal and to be true. That is so important. Do not, guys, I repeat, do not underestimate the power of the subconscious mind. Matter of fact, I suggest that you read this book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, okay? It is such a life-changing book. Your subconscious mind is the reason why your manifestations is not working, right? Just saying, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be a millionaire, that's not good enough. Your subconscious mind has to believe that, right? And so inundating your mind with these images and with these thoughts and with these visualizations, that is going to put you where you want to be. Next, you need to be careful about what it is that you consume. And I know that you hear this all the time, but we're talking about social media. We're talking about the things that you listen to or that you watch. And trust me, I am guilty. I have some guilty pleasure watches that are honestly not pouring into me or pushing me towards a place of progressive growth at all. Remember, guys, we talked about that subconscious mind, and it's constantly taking in information. Analyze the things that you are consuming, the shows that you watch, the people you follow on social media, the podcasts that you listen to, the books that you read, and really see if it's pushing you towards, this whole rich girl era. Is it pushing you towards a mindset of growth and abundance? Or is it keeping you stagnant where you are? Start consuming things that's actually going to help you get to where you are. That's the cheat code, right? On your spare time when you're driving to work, maybe listen to that podcast about ways to switch to an abundant mindset. Or maybe when you're cleaning up, right, you're listening to an audiobook. Or, I don't know, when you just have some downtime, instead of binge watching the new Netflix show or, whatever you watch, you can be reading a book, learning a skill. When we are lifelong learners, we're naturally consuming things that are going to benefit us. All right, so once you've done all those things, now it's time to actually do some practical tips, like put a financial plan in place, okay? Because the mindset shifts are great and important and are mandatory, but then you have to do some work. You do actually have to put some things in place, put the cheese on the cracker. And the way to do that is to write down all of your expenses, okay? So all of your monthly expenses, and even some of the quarterly and yearly expenses as well. Maybe if you live in a place where you got to switch out to snow tires, or I don't know, I live in Houston, so I don't know how that goes, but write out all of your expenses. I do this on a monthly basis. Then evaluate what is your take-home income. So after taxes, after whatever 401k or 403b you contribute to, after all of that, how much are you actually taking home, and is that comparable to the amount that you're spending in those monthly expenses? Right? So a really great way to see if you are making enough for your monthly expenses is to employ the 50-30-20 rule. Y'all, I love this rule. Back in my previous life, I actually used to work at a bank, and I learned this rule from a financial investor. Awesome rule, and I've been using this rule ever since. It's so funny because even when I was working at a bank and like was a teacher and all that, people always ask me, how do you travel all the time? Like, how do you go and do all of these things when you just work at a bank or you're just a teacher? And that's because I was employing that 50-30-20 rule, and I was getting my financial security in shape, okay? And so the 50-30-20 rule is 50% of your monthly income needs to be going to bills. So things that you absolutely have to pay to live. We're talking about rent or mortgage. We're talking about a car note, insurance, electricity bills, anything else. Me personally, I also add on certain maintenance bills like nails, microblading, and waxing, because that's something that I do constantly on a monthly basis, and I want to make sure I always have the funds to do that. But whatever that is for you, 50% of your take-home income should be to that. And honestly, that portion should not exceed 50% of your income. If your bills exceed 50% of your take-home income, then you need to figure out a way to either make more, which is obviously going to be my suggestion, or lower those bills and spend less. And we'll talk about ways to do both of those later on in this video. So that's the 50%. Then we have the 30%. The 30%, that's gonna go to you. I call that my princess account. That's just like your everyday spending money, okay? That's just the day-to-day. You wanna go to happy hour, you wanna, you know, buy something cute, buy a new house plant, or, you know, whatever it is that you do, that's your day-to-day money. Boom, that's 30% of your take-home income. And that last 20% is actually gonna be your savings, okay? So you just throw it in there. I like to do this to where this is automated. My direct deposit goes automatically into 3 separate accounts. So I don't even need to think about, oh, 50% here, 30% here, 20%. It automatically goes to those 3 accounts. Then I only keep a debit card to one of those accounts, that princess account. So my bill account, that's, you know, being handled. Bills are coming out of that automatically, so I don't even have to think about that, and bills are always getting paid and getting paid on time. And then of course my savings account is naturally and slowly building up and accruing interest, or, you know, should be, and so I'm not even worried about that or touching it. That's how I was able to always go on these trips and always get the luxurious things that I wanted, even while being a banker or a teacher. So really, y'all, that is life-changing for me, that 50-30-20 rule. Then when you got that 50-30-20 rule down packed and you have those 3 accounts down packed, I really suggest you go ahead and do like a whole nother account. This is the emergency fund. This is separate from that savings account. This is like if something wild happens and you always just want to keep a chunk of money in there. You can contribute to it every once in a while, but you want to just keep some money in there, and that's just for that emergency fund separate from your savings account. All right, so I briefly mentioned, like, after you evaluate all of your expenses and all of your funds, you can either make more money or you can save money. Now, y'all, I'm gonna always go for make more money. I read somewhere where it's like, you don't need to get used to living with less, you simply need to make more, and I believe that wholeheartedly. So remember, guys, having that 1%er mindset, that abundant mindset, is going to open up all the other opportunities for you. You're gonna start seeing different avenues to make money that you never saw before. You're gonna start making money, you know, just sitting down or even in your sleep. But there's also ways to save money, right? And so if you're not in the place just yet, you're working towards that make more money, you can still be saving money in the interim to still get you to financial freedom. And one way to do that, and this is, y'all, imperative, is to simply eat out less. This was where most of my money was going. Like, I ate out so much. It's just easier, it's more convenient, especially now we got DoorDash and Uber Eats and all of that. And so it's just like, you could think about some food, search it up, and it's at your door in a little bit. It's just way too convenient. But you've got to stop doing that. And one way to do this, guys, is to romanticize your life. So the things that you were spending money outside doing, bring that inside, but in a more romanticized way. For instance, you always go to Starbucks and get your favorite drink. What you're actually paying for is like the experience. It's like, you know, your favorite springtime refreshing drink at Starbucks, and it's cute, and you smell the aromas when you walk in, and people are working, and it's all cute. You can actually bring that inside, right, to your home. So set up a cute little espresso station, or, you know, iced coffee station, or me, I have a cute little tea bar. Matter of fact, let me take a sip now. So I start romanticizing, like, instead of always going to the little tea cafe by my house, which I do still go to because I enjoy the experience, I started making tea at home. And so really bring that experience in and romanticize the things. That also goes for like cooking, right? So you are actually going to be healthier, and it's going to make you feel more, you know, self-sufficient and like an adult when you start cooking for yourself and doing things for yourself. So romanticize that process. I told y'all earlier that like nails and toes and eyebrows and things like that, I will never falter on, and I'm gonna always spend money on those things. But I figured out, where can I save money on without compromising the way I want to present myself. And one of those ways was like on my hair. So I cannot do hair, but I learned how to do the basic styles that I feel like I look good in, things that I can maintain at home on my own. Like, I can wash my own hair, blow dry it, straighten it, you know, do a cute little slick back or a bust down. Like, these are things that I can do, and I don't have to always go to the salon, right? So figure out ways that you can, I'm not gonna say sacrifice, but I'm gonna say save money, romanticize these things, and bring these inside the home rather than, you know, spending your money out. All right, guys, so that is all my tips on how to step into your rich girl era. Remember, guys, you deserve it all, and you can get it all. Just change that mindset, and you will be shook by the amount of money that just flows to you. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, leave a tip down below if you have any other tips on how to enter into your rich girl era that I may have missed or not thought about. Just drop those down below so we can all help each other. And until next time, make good decisions and wear sunscreen. Bye. Mwah.